The Yorick.
Yes! Yes! Okay. I wonder how much actual practice he's put in.
He has so much gold.
Yes, 3,000 gold.
Tien!
Look, you can see it in the player cam. He's like, God damn it.
Tien!
Okay, here we go.
Okay, well, he's just going to go in the end. Yeah, it's literally Blade of the Ruined King versus no item. Tien, what have you done? Hail of Arrows is going to get the kill. And Tien just lost side select.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Down that way. A second grub goes to TT's side. Realm Warp going to come through as they want to get the play. Wind becomes lightning. They try to get in with the Crescent Guard. Level 6s are there for multiple members, and they were not for Waybo. TT strike first and strike fast. First blood.
You can see Satab knows. He doesn't have that flash. He has Realm Warp coming up.
Yeah, this is tough. Feathers coming around the bend here. They're going to get the CC chain into the damage, into the Spirit Rush, and Tien comes away with the kill. They get Xiaohu tanking up the turret, though they need to be careful. Their health bars are not going to be very hefty. They do get the kill and get out, so dive executed on the giant cow. Get a little bit of speed.
No symbiotic souls. I'm sad.
No
man.
symbiotic souls. You know, I actually do really like the symbiotic souls. Waybo are going to take this dragon, though, and get themselves set up grubs for TT. See now a little bit of preemptive damage by 1xN. Maybe a little bit of a tussle on the top side of the fight, though. There's instantly a Crescent Guard from Beichuan. Hoya has joined the fight. Tien uses his Vault Breaker to get out of there. Triple knockup. Chains of Corruption has come through. This fight's getting wild, but here comes the dive. This is what Waybo wanted from the draft. They need to find a target. They execute a target, and already they've gotten a triple kill for Xiaohu. And Waybo, they waited. They were hiding in the bush, and they pounce all of a sudden to a massive lead. Find that, and now we just get to fisticuff season against Waybo, who are literally fighting Satab on a ward in bot side, and unfortunately he will fall victim to the rampant cow, baby. Oh, he goes down. Xiaohu gets his 4th kill of the game. He's 4-0-2.
And look the matchup now. So when are we ever going to be getting these 5 grubs actually going to be useful?
Yeah.
I think it's
TT were in this game. TT were in a driving position in this game. And their scaling factors are still there for them. But TT trying to get a little bit of preemptive push in mid lane before that dragon does end up getting started. Looks like Hoya might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gets fully dashed onto, has to pot the World Ender and his flash out. And now TT are left with no front line. They're left with everything going to hell in a handbasket. And Waybo, they make it look too damn easy, Alk. There ain't nothing TT can do about this one. They are just being ground into dust.
And that is what I'm Thunder talking about, boys. This was the series that we were looking forward to. Waybo, make it look easy, honestly. Just walking around the map, they have so much damage. It's going to be 20 pages here in the Magi's, and under no threat are Waybo potentially losing this game from this position right now. They'll grab the dragon, which puts them at soul point here. They already have an overwhelming... man. It sucks to see, especially for Thunder Talk, but again, for Waybo, I think in the matchups we were kind of talking about, like, this should look good for them. Ari was able to do something. Now Breathe does have the ultimate coming up.
Oh, he's going to try to buy time. There's a TP coming in. Oh, God, they've overcommitted. Oh, my God. What did I just watch? My poor eyes. That was a massive shutdown going the way of TT.
Yes. So he felt like, hey, he did me a solid. I'll go ahead and TP, and this time I will die. I think it's a huge problem now for Thunder Talk. Usually when we're talking about itemization, especially for AD carries or AD champions in general, the lethality option gives you more upfront damage and is typically cheaper, but lacks some of the scaling or higher numbers. 1xN, you're probably flashing here, brother.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't get away from the cease and desist like that, even with the extra spell shield there. And now they'll just lose mid lane big time. I mean, they'll lose the inhib. Luckily, they'll be able to defend a little bit more from that, but they're trying to get some side lane pressure up in the top side with Satab.
Well, that was the pick that we were kind of... I think this is fine. Look at Satab top lane. He's just hitting a tier 2. He's getting gold for his team.
Oh, Dredge line does connect. Okay, here comes Waybo. They're overextending for sure. Dragon is coming up now. They should all turn back. Tier 2 did go. So it is Waybo going to claim that Cloud Soul and benefit the dive comp that they have.
I wonder if there are any particularly creative
This
uses
is
of Rise
a recipe.
Ultimate. But you can see it. Satab, 1xN, and Feather are all standing next to each other, trying to see
This
if they
is
can find
so
something.
bad. Like, this is so hard. You're literally begging to get pulled apart at the seams. They have the tools to run you down, TT. They've been spread apart. Maybe they can actually get Hung here. The Unbreakable Will's there. 1xN is tapping here as Hung has fallen. So now we're evened up. Realm Warp going to come through, but not utilized. Xiaohu using a defensive Spirit Rush there. We do lose both frontline supports, and Baron started up by TT. They're scaling, and maybe they finally arrived. 3 items there for both big carries, and they're forcing the hand of Waybo and Breathe. Looking for a little bit of preemptive damage onto Hoya. Beichuan still in the pit. Tien forced to flash out of the fight now. Baron down to about half health. Xiaohu looking for public execution. Goes in on Beichuan. Beichuan's already down. Breathe is rampant on the back line, and he is going off on the Mbessa. Meanwhile, Xiaohu is ringing up the rear with Light, and the bounce off the ward will get the kill for Light himself.
Look at how close this game is. They're not going to be able to get the Baron. They're looking for the end here. Long death timers for Thunder Talk.
Double TPs.
It's 25 before the next member. It's just Feather by himself. Waybo are going to look to try to end game 1.
Yeah, look at the faces of TT. They know doom is a reality here in game number 1. They gave up a fight. They kept it a little close in the end. But in the end, Waybo were just stronger. 29 minutes in, that will be the breaking point for TT in game number 1. And Waybo will move up to match point on their attempt of a potential first series win. Bot lane, though, so we'll see if they can adapt some focus down there. But for me, the all eyes for TT are on Beichuan, on this Nefiri. You have to carry on.
Lane swap meta that often, but TT just recognizing that they were able to make that swap. They move Feather over, and okay, I don't know how much
that was an interaction of all time.
Yeah, his jungler is
Everybody's going to have ultimates this time around. And I think if we're looking at it, Waybo trying to get a early pick before the fighting even kicks off. Looking here onto Feather as well. Going to get the impale there too. Xiaohu steps in, and the kill goes to Tien. I think that's going to be a bold TP from Satab, though. Hung is the focus by Beichuan. Gets one reset there. Looking to get some more kills. Gets the heroic entrance as well. Waybo starting to feel the heat of the dog, but Satab goes in and dies. Light takes him down, and now Waybo with momentum at their back. Looking to take down Beichuan and 1xN here. Tien going to flash play. Exalt impact. Seismic shove does not hit after the flash from 1xN. That'll be a ton burned by both sides.
And that should just be the Dragon here going over to Thunder Talk. Breathe, going for an all-in onto Hoya. He still has Flash, kind of pulling this onto Feather. I think there's a very real kind of likelihood that I think this fight could have gone a lot better here for Thunder Talk.
Oh, Xiaohu getting away from a dive. Step to the king of spring, and you're going to get the claws, baby. That's a tiger to you, Xiaohu.
Last auto to get the explosive charge, and then he just TPs out. They get the top tier one as well. In basically 2 minutes, Thunder Talk have just giving their opponents almost a 2,500 gold lead.
Scale up on Xiaohu and complete that Seraph. So we take a little look at what happened in bot side as well. But does this item spike change anything here? Does it feel like TT have a dog in the fight? At least for Beichuan.
After all that, I think Hoya's just dead.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
All right, cool.
He's
brother.
Gone.
I think they're starting to get a little bit diffed. I think the first items are not going to do much here. I mean, even for Satab, it's a scaling Rod of Ages here. And Xiaohu now finished with the Seraphs. He's just, as Waybo continue to move forward, we're going to be getting set up. There's the Talia wall, but he didn't jump through it. He can just walk out. What?
All right.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Well, now he's here.
The Rift Herald's down to about 2,000 now as well. Beichuan is there. It'll be taken by Tien. No way. Gonna get the two-man impale too. Light is just untouched here, shining like the man he is. Heroic entrance is gonna be stopped in the middle of it. 1xN trying to get the resets, but he's in the wins. Is he gonna get it? He's down. Satab trying to get the cleanup kills out of the rest of Waybo. They might actually get some of these more here. No, wins of 4, not enough. Hung gets out, but that's 3 kills for 1 to TT's favor. Team fights Luckily, they gave him the Tristana this time around, but he's got a large mountain decline here.
More cleanse. I think while she does have an innate jump ability already as part of her kit, I think not having those summoner spells is really, really dangerous. They summon the Rift Herald, didn't get all that much done. Tien's coming over the side.
Tien gets stopped by the Shattering Strikes. They got the turret. That's all they really wanted. It'll force the retreat out of the rest of TT. And it'll be Waybo moving back out. Hoya was getting a side lane turret. Should be able to clean that gold up. Needs to get out of here after that, though. Weaver's wall coming in. He just wanted to get the turret. The turret finally falls, but he might get caught out here. Hoya needing to try to TP, but Xiaohu expertly waiting for it, and now he goes down. Breathe will kill his counterpart and get his first kill of the game.
Trying to get that mid lane tier 1. End up coming the losers in that trade versus Thunder Talk. So some good gold. So that's at least good for Thunder Talk. I don't know necessarily. Oh, they're just ripping this. I mean, you have Skarner, you have Isa. Why not? Yeah.
They see Beichuan as well with the wards there, and just pesky little warding control by Hung. Atacon will fall. Flowers aplenty. Roses, rather. And no denial from TT whatsoever. They repositioned on the top side of this fight. And now Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds out. This is tough. Hoya's about to have Meganar. They try to go the re-engage over on the Breathe. Beichuan has everything in his arsenal here for him. They go with the double taunt. And now 1x in. He might just go for those pop-off resets here. They've got them stuck into a corner. And it's dogs to the fight. Although they already lose Feather. That means their frontliner's gone, TT. Even with Meganar, they're feeling a little bit hesitant. Waybo fighting on the wrong side of the map. Hoya going for a two-man, but Hoya's the big focus now. Look at Breathe. He's going to be chunked. Beichuan, 1xn, gets destroyed as a big taunt comes through from Satab. Beichuan realizes he's the saving grace, but Light steps up and shines through the darkness and sits them down. A full ace for Waybo.
And what looked like a potential comeback fight for TT is a comedy of errors for them. Multiple different mistakes coming in, miscoordination coming in from all of the members. It'll be another Dragon going over to Waybo. And Lennon, I think we're good to say it. I think Waybo are looking mighty dominant and are getting ready for
the breaking of the back of TT in this series.
I think that's the difference between veterancy and... Oh, wait a minute. Hong just goes in.
Oh my god, Feather is just dead. Okay, here goes the heroic entrance onto Beichuan. They can reset the fight onto Tien. Tien's a little bit by himself here, but trying to get out. Has the flash available. Gets over the wall there now. TT, we're trying to look for a little bit of something. They have Hoya with Meganar ulti ready to go and walls around them. They might look for the re-engage onto Tien. He doesn't really have any tools available. Xiaohu has the Weaver's Wall to his name. Light still has the kill.
Already half HP. Can Beichuan make the steal? And even if he steals it, can they even win the game from that point? Waybo do not want to try to chance it. They know that Feather is coming back from base. He has the possibility of going. They got to keep going.
Oh, they TP'd away.
Breathe.
Okay, this is chaos. Oh my god. Waybo. Tien already got the steal before. Can he get it again? He's going to be stolen by Xiaohu of all people. The Tiger King of Spring is earning that namesake now, and Light on the back line is going to be a menace to society here. A triple kill for the man in the mid lane for Waybo. And Xiaohu heard all the doubters. They heard all the naysayers, and he is making sure that Waybo will start this season with a 1-1 in Group Ascend.
There it is. The general, everybody salute for your leader here at Waybo Gaming. They take a big fight win, they get the Baron, and they're probably just going to be looking to push to end. There's a couple of respawns, so I think we got a little bit more time left in this game, but there's even a Mountain Soul in a minute and a half, and it just feels like
he's good, he's fine, everything is fine.
I will say this does kind of slow down the game. You know, they can go back to mid because they're able to rotate so fast, but they could have been able to slap this wave. There's also a bottom lane wave, so they're probably just going to be playing on these two. Nefiri has recalled, and time to see how Waybo close this one out. They can push for a couple more waves here and then look for the dragon that is spawning. Just
all in on the Light, and Beichuan just throws his life away. I guess they said, let's get out of this game, fellas. As that's going to be a chase down by Tien. Doesn't hit the Impale. 1xn. struggling to find an end into this one. Seismic shove from Xiaohu is going to be the saving grace as Hoya jumps into his doom. It's a death cannonball from him and a death knell from TT. Waybo will find even more. That's a 12-1-6 performance from the Tiger King of Spring himself. And I can say he's officially found his moment, as they will find a 2-0 domineering.
Passing up the Jace, passing up the Gwen. Remember, you can mirror pick. Get some extra fire damage into Flandre, who of course doesn't have flash. Can use the Shock Blast to scout out a little bit. Wave comes through, misses the Shock Blast. Flandre, it's the Leandri's burning. You can put down that tower in the center of the ring. That's exactly what he does. Knight won't have the damage for this. It is a beam attack coming through. Can he punt him out? Yes, he can. No fire damage needed.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Been losing Fush in topside. Ambassador versus Jace Arcane matchup in a common pro one. But that doesn't matter because the jungler's on bot side. He doesn't mind being on weak side. What is the play? Flash in! Hope gets out of the CC combo though. And On has no CC left. The bomb's going to land onto Hope, but it's not that much damage. Hulk flashes out of tower. 1-for-1. BLG will still take that trade. Kyle gonna get blocked away from the hook. AD carry being dead means that Hope is losing more farm. Elk doesn't get the kill though. Well, I guess neither does Hope. There's no difference there. Oh, hang on. Kyle can make a play here. Way stops the recall. Shank's coming down. He'll be able to go through here. Does he hook him out of the wall? That's the play, I think. Ooh, did the fun little wall cancel there. Flick back, and Way has been caught. Kyle, wonderful play to stop Way from getting back. Elk and Way needed to Dragon spawned. BLG 5 grubs. Now, that is a problem. They did give 5 grubs over to them. Need to show that their lane assignment is still good. On, no ult, remember. Used that in that last fight. Knight level 10. We'll have the XP advantage. Hang on a second. Ult comes through, and the charm misses because the wall charge pulls them out of it. But that is an awesome impale. Knight starts to reset. Can they really get much more done with this? There is a public execution available from Bin. Tarzan needs to flash away. Impale doing so much work after Way brought the target. A couple of AP, 4 of it. Dragon goes to the side of anyone's legend. They'll have 2 of that. Now, you know the win rate at first stand was... if you get a team with multiple grubs, you need to be very quick on them. Oh, needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. Uses the barrier. Hope, does he have the flash? He can't use it. But he gets the kill anyway. Tristana goes down. Hope, no ult. Does have the flash out. Teleport start to come through. Ult from Shanks. Teleport coming in from Jace. And this is where anyone's legend pounce. Where's the rest of the team? Ari coming in. Has flash, has ult, but can't clean up anything. Ambassador on the side. Bin could teleport behind them. Hope, massive play, pinging that W. But Elk, why were you there? Flash is late. Have to flash the initial W. Didn't understand the danger. Elk caught out in rotation, caught out in mid lane. This is why I was worried about BLG and their bot lane. If their bot lane get pressured, if they fall behind, some dangerous to BLG who find themselves even slightly behind a gold. Herald started up. If they have 5 grubs. If they get the Herald, they'll be able to use that to blow open a section of the map. Ari teleporting into the play. Anyone's legend, do they find an engage off of this? Shock Blast misses. Ari, flash, ult, Bin on the flank. Not the best position for anyone's legend. They want to take things from a single direction. And this time, they don't have someone winning in a side lane to benefit the fact that BLG teleported in and went heavily towards the objective. On, doesn't have ult just now, but has it this time. Tarzan caught out. His ult will buy time. On's trying to do the same. Public execution onto Kyle. Nautilus not getting the most value out of this, but the Ambassador is caught in the minefield. The Ari can't get anything done because BLG are caught out in the retreat from the Herald pit. Anyone's legend quickly finding fights. Way wants to find a fight again though, maybe. Elk jumping in. Very nearly flicked back. This Talia fights over the dragon. Not give soul point to anyone's legend. Only in a single angle right now. On a flank now. Opens up a second one, but that wall cuts it off. Needs to hex flash into the play. Tarzan. Doesn't have his ultimate just here. Actually, he has just come back up. Might come down to a smite fight for soul point. Hook misses from Kyle, and he has to flash out. Skarner gets the dragon, and no, we're going to get resets. Tristana gets one. Knight gets one as well for his ultimate. They start to run forwards. The slow lands, but Skarner's gone too far. Maybe this is the turnaround. Shanks and Flandre starting to pick up the damage. Hope is still alive. The carries from anyone's legend get so much damage done. And once again, anyone's legend outplay BLG. Elk on the flank. Championship finals run. Look, I think that Elk and Knight did a decent job there. I think Bin's having a bad game. I think Way's having a bad game. And I think On's having a bad game too. On is 0 and 5. That support matchup so crucial between these teams. And Kyle is mashed. T1 just beat KT 2-0. Well, did they smash them? On died again while we were in a replay, of course, there as well. Didn't actually see that in the way that he wanted to. Not playing the map out necessarily as well as he could have done. 2 items for Elk definitely helps. Good damage with the Infinite Edge and the Unital. 50% crit, a lot of AD, and a decent amount of attacks. It was Legend. Committing 4 people towards the bot side with a teleport from Shanks as well. On has himself an ult and flashes onto Kyle. Massive CC, but it's onto the Nautilus. Free kill. And Knight gets himself something, and the Impale lands on the Flandre, who's caught out, can't get the kill onto On. That's the kind of play that they needed, and Anyone's Legend, despite them being praised for discipline, find themselves... You cannot do that. No Ariel left now. No Impale. Hope and Shanks are alive. BLG have to back off, and it's because Bin overstays. The wall being used to potentially go off. Tarzan goes into his own wall, not back. Hope gets the bomb onto him. The Shins are trying to stick around, but the Skarner dies first. Bin gives the Atakan over to Anyone's Legend with a poor roam through river. Anyone's Legend, great punish. Awesome punish, sat in that fog of war. Maybe knew he was walking over that. But a bad path to 10,000 gold lead, not that much at this point. But the Ruinous Atakan buffing up their dragons, of which they have 3 of, very nice. Having the extra 47 stacks is nice. Knight goes forwards over the minefield, gets himself a flash on charm onto the Nautilus, who will go down. Shanks left alone in the backside. How much can we do here? Bin gets himself onto the carry, and this is the fight which BLG want. The fight is scattered, and they get to reset, but Elk is dead. Can Hope do the carrying? It's just Knight versus the Kaiser. Bin is trying to do damage, but they don't have enough. They kill 1 carry, but there's 2 left. Hope gets the triple kill, and Anyone's Legend will go towards the Baron. These are the... Anyone's Legend organizing the map. Deep teleport from Bin. Do they go towards anyone in particular? Flandre. Yeah, I think that's your target. Has a flash. Is that going to be enough? Slow lands. Flandre doing some damage. He will get caught out here, but Anyone's Legend say, all right, that's fine. We'll go towards mid lane. How much do they want to commit towards this? Flandre getting good damage, and he will not get a kill, but he will delay. Inhibitor down. Anyone's Legend, in fact, going a little further. Ari teleports in, knowing that there was a threat of a genuine ending situation. Anyone's has flash, has ult. This is where BLG needs to turn the game. You cannot lose this fight. They're 5k behind. What do they do here? Tarzan has flash, trying to hold the front line. This Kaiser, that W is scary as hell now. Fighting over the mid lane. On hit with another W. You can't lose that much HP. The Alistair, it's only tanky when he gets to use that ult on higher HP. Way caught out again. And Tarzan goes into the front line. Way is 1v4 and has completely screwed the team fight. The hook comes through, Shanks opens up an angle, and the carries of BLG just don't have the damage. Ori gets a reset, but how much is that going to lead to? Gets 1, but can't get the second. Sham out of the skies, but I don't think Knight can do the same. Elk jumps out, but BLG walk away limping, battered, and bruised. Knight, it's only a matter of time until Flandre catches up. The charm lands. Elk dies, and Anyone's Legend have earned themselves a Game 1 victory over BLG. Knight will get hit by the Shock Blast. And even Knight's Ari can't carry the failing members of BLG. Everyone else struggling in the team fights in their early game, and Anyone's Legend have made them struggle. It is a tale of 2 sides. Anyone's Legend putting Billy Gaming into such high pressure scenarios, moving around the map better, team fighting better. Tarzan, deathless game as Knight finds himself a Magi's on the Nexus. Gives himself, of course, too. Yorick for the first time in a good long time in the LPL. When was the last time this was played? Gotta look up some patch notes. Pick up some extra CS. Big swing and a miss by BLG, using 2 summoners and not getting the kill. Oh, Elk just about living as well. Now stuck alone in the 1v2 against Hope and Kyle. Takes some extra damage. Bot lane not going well. Top lane doing fine in terms of the actual lane. Oh, the flash forward and first blood goes to On. Supportal combat. Elk must have caught him with a trap and a W. Knight, Shanks, 2v2 against Charizard. Remember, no flash on the Lilia. On coming up, though, and starting to get some damage done. Knight hit by a brush sapling. Tarzan will have to flash onto somewhere. Do they go for the fight? Wanting to W over the wall, double Duramball smash. Get some damage, but they are still in a 2v3. Tarzan, yeah, he's made the mistake. Now, we'll get 1 back. Bramble smash doing a lot, but it's still 1 for 2 in the mid-jungle. So, we said Anyone's Legend maybe have the better draft if they win their early game. That's not happened. 1,000 gold behind at 6 minutes. That's not where they want to be. Potentially looking for a flash into hit. Level 6 for Way. Dragon was taken. Flandre needs help here. You can't allow the Yorick to fall too far behind. Summons up the Maiden of the Mist, but Way gets to go forwards. Hits a Q. The Dark Procession is in, but I don't think it's going to help. Aggro hit, but hang on a second. Maybe it does. There's another tower shot. And Way goes down. They fail another kill onto Flandre. The Yorick picks up a kill. Way is having a very bad day. On has done some solo killing in his time. He's a very funny player. Alright, run towards the bot side on half HP. Flicked back though, level 6 on Nico. Thinking about going forwards, chooses not to. Half HP for both of them. Kyle has the level 6 advantage. On will get some honey fruit. Tarzan could lead in with a Malkyle. Shanks over the wall, he's spotted. What's the play here? Someone has to tank this tendrils up. Can they walk far enough away? The crash down will help with that. Go for the bullet time, though, and the Nico comes through, but Yone cancels it. Knight gets such an important ult through from the Yone to save his team, but is it enough to save the whole fight altogether? Looks like it. Elk going forwards, cleanses out. Now we'll start to pull the ult. Shanks maybe thinking he can take a little bit more. Tarzan will flash away. W. Very, very close. Skip. You know, one of my favorite things to see is, if you've ever played Arena and you get Yorick, if you get Minion Mancer, it means that your Maiden is like 40% increased size. Tarzan jumping onto Way, and Way doesn't have a flash. He's been caught out a little too far, but the ult might be able to disengage, and indeed it does. W from the Jhin forces the flash out of Shanks, who had the extra damage burning onto him. Elk has flash. This is a dead Corki. How much more is going to come through it? Yike, chasing onto Kyle, and that is a very dead Tarzan. We thought it was the initial pick onto the Lilia. No, BLG turn it around. Yorick can't really contribute to the play. Anyone's Legend starting to give up early kills now. Easy kills. 2k advantage over to Billy Gaming. Anyone's Legend starting to fall behind. This is where they don't get to use their combo. They do get dove onto Flandre alone, and they're trying to wave clear. Get some goop down. Starts to stack himself up on that grass. Get some healing down. Flandre could get that flash Q. Was wondering if that would kill. Scary stuff. And they can't dive him. And use the Jhin ult. Remember that Q can heal him if it hits onto a minion. 2 shots missed, 3 shots missed, and the 4th won't kill. Oh, Flandre, fancy feet in the game until maybe Flandre gets towards his Triforce, then we'll see what happens after that. Knight sees the Dragon going down. Is there a contest? No. Realistically, no. Well, Jhin could walk up for a W, I suppose. Lilia going towards Grubs. Nothing to be seen here. Ah, Flandre gets to actually go towards it. I mean, wait, he doesn't get to hit a tower. The thing is, a lot of Yorick's strength, Shadow Wiles a little bit. Kyle sends his clone into the brush. Red buff being started. BLG maybe spoiling for a fight. Corki pushing alone on bot side. Elk pushing up the top lane wave. So neither... Oh, Knight gets himself 1, but he doesn't get 2. Is the bullet time going to be enough? It doesn't even come through. Hope needs to find a time to turn things around. The Nico is dead, and the burn goes through onto the Maokai as well. Yorick has come down to try and get something, but it hasn't really led to that much. The Maiden will get killed. Anyone's Legend, they haven't really come out of this... Sag boy with his little girlfriends. Yeah. Waters of Life, not Tear of the Goddess. Right, Waters of Life. I thought it was the same thing. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I knew a bit about it. Ruin King game, though. Fantastic. Go play it sometime. Flandre going up towards top side again. Can't defend his tower now. Sadly, the rest of the map has lost very, very hard, and this time he's ulted. He won't survive this one, I don't think. Flash is out, and maybe they'll call me a liar. Kyle! Hang on, healing coming through from Flandre. On's hit, but he's just gone over the wall. Just to kind of be a bit of a party saluter. Hits that Q. W hits onto Kyle. The game's falling apart very quickly now. Anyone's Legend. The goal was survive early game, and their answer has been very, very lacking. Knight has himself flash. Wants to flash over the wall, maybe. Tarzan looking to W over, potentially. That was the play. Has to use that flash. Was on the weak side of the map. Hope will take mid lane turret. That is a consolation prize for Anyone's Legend. Still very far behind in gold. 2,000 gold up in the jungle his way. The Lilia with actual damage and range to play like this. It's such a different game when you know that your teammates can actually carry the fight if you make the big play initiating. Bin, good damage here. Black Cleaver getting some good value. Flandre doesn't have his first item yet. Dominate's doing a lot of work. I think Flandre just dies here. Actually, this is a big old problem for Flandre. He has no flash. Bin wins himself the 1v1. And the Yorick, fun as though it is, you will not remember Yorick Mori in this game. Shanks. Well, maybe this does make a difference now, though. Flandre losing the 1v1. Bin doesn't have the second part of the slice and the dice. Bet way. Just looking to see if it can help flash forwards, maybe. Not too much avail, though. And that loss. Tower going to die here. But no second charge from the Herald. Dragon started, potentially by BLG. Way will completely rip through this. That's very cool. Didn't even realize that. I've forgotten about that. Tower's being taken, Dragon being taken. Corki, beneficiary on the side lanes. You can see that Knight is not being given the side lane farm. He's on the weak side of the map. Corki's on the strong side, which is why the gold lead is there. Knight is dropping farm, so Elk and Bin can get it instead. Whereas AL are doing the opposite. Bullet time used to clear out the wave, but there's one left. Should still be fine. Corki actually pushing in towards the inner turret now, and this is where Yorick gets a lot of work done. Look how much damage they do in a single hit there, and here comes the Magnet Storm. Shanks doesn't have himself a flash. Knight, does he just pop back? I don't think he does much more than that. It's half the HP. Flash out of the Corki. Can get himself another Q. He actually can stack it off with the minions or the Maiden now at this point. If he gets himself another E, that's a problem, actually. Look how much mobility he's got. Doesn't have another Valkyrie. Very long cooldown. Has another E. And the Corki will be sent a packing. That gold lead didn't look exactly important there. Flandre not really able to do much rather than stand and fight. When Yorick falls behind the game, this is what Yorick does, really. I think some of the earlier ones were sometimes voiced by the same person, but not to be here. Shanks, once again, we're getting more outer turret gold. Atakan on the other side. Ruinous, buffing up the... Oh my god, it's going to be the 8 grub team again. For those of you that don't know what it means, because... Oh, well, the game slowed down. You're going to get more fun facts instead of anything gameplay related. Look, I'm going to give you all of the gameplay stuff right now. Anyone's Legend getting pushed in across the park. BLG have 6 grubs, and they also have the Ruinous Atakan. They also have 2 dragons, so Anyone's Legend don't even have soul points. Covered. And I'll cover that for you. Turns out, when you've said about everything, your mind goes a-wandering. Teleport in. Yeah, Flandre's caught. This Yorick has just not had the power he needs. He has a Shogun, he has a Triforce. I don't think he's 1v2ing this, though. It's often a specialty of Yorick, but Flandre, fun as it was, has not been useful on the Yorick. Easy teleports in. They have a teleport for the Renekton to match numbers on the top side of the map, lanes on the other side of the map, if they need it to be. This is something that the LPL does very, very effectively, and particularly Scout innovated this within the LPL. Ooh. Well, anyone, really. Maybe not the Rel. The Rel's quite hard to kill. Is that a real cat or some kind of alert? Towards the teamfight easier now. They have protected their vision. Anyone's Legend without their Maokai ult. Well, they blue trinket the pit. I don't think that's going to help them that much. Tarzan does have... Oh, they have flash. Surely we don't let them get in range for a Baron Steel. Knight doesn't want to get to come towards that. Tarzan will die. No steal attempt happening because the jungler is dead. On flashes forwards and Kyle flip back over the shoulder. Hon's done that rodeo before. Nico goes down. There we go. There's our play. At BLG, I think with the 2 dead, with 6 grubs buffed up by the Ruinous Atakan, this should be the game. There is no one left to defend the carries. Come on, BLG, with the Baron buff in. Here comes On. Doesn't land the kill there, but the W comes forwards. QSS coming through from Shanks. Yeah, but that's why they didn't go before. I didn't see if he actually finished that one off before. That could have actually been a big change. Knight goes forwards, doesn't pop the ultimate. Shanks, no flash, no QSS now. Dangerous positions. W Valkyrie away from. Inhibitor goes down. Look how quick these towers go down. It's about 7 auto attacks for their 6, the full house of grubs. Plus the Ruinous Atakan to take a tower. Knight gets bopped on the head by a Q. Doesn't get that much damage back. And the game doesn't end. Double inhibitor down means that Anyone's Legend, their job of holding out and trying to hyperscale somehow is just sliding back into the abyss. Phonons and stuff too. Material science. Full mercurial scimitar for Knight as well. Always liked a good scimitar, fun weapon. Teleport on top side. Oh, don't go. Please don't bully the Yorick again. Oh, Yorick has flash. Oh, ulting forwards first. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage, but the E comes through. The knockup has to force the cancel of the bullet time. And there's an engage in mid lane as well. The discipline that Anyone's Legend have tried to put on display has really not amounted to that much. Yes, there's a Maokai ultimate, but it's not going to lead to that much. 1 kill onto On is not what they needed. Double kill over to Elk. BLG, their first game of the day, was not good at all. Anyone's Legend, though, didn't even get a look into this game. Ben is currently tanking double Nexus turrets, and that is not really good, and not recommended by your chiropractor for carrying. Last shot lands. Much better accuracy than earlier in the game. BLG, embarrassed in game 1, slap back in game 2, and we have a 3-game series. Top lane. Sejuani top lane. I was assuming it's going to be Neferi because it has been played into this matchup in solo queue. It's a popular matchup. Sejuani top lane, we haven't seen since 2020. Cancel the recall. Nice hanging around as well. They're going to walk up there. Shanks is still around. Remember, Shanks has the W star. Oh, the handshake. Kyle has the flash, but is it going to be enough? Elk has no bailout, remember. He does have the spears, but they're not enough. BLG go for the level 1, but they lose the first blood. Gravity Field is immediately flashed out of by Knight. Hope if he gets one more Q, maybe add something difficult into the equation. Body block from Elk, from On rather, saves him. BLG, try something. After the first back, Hope is going to be oh so much stronger than Kalista. Tarzan Spotter going towards bot side. Going into the enemy jungle. Now, what Way will want to do is take one camp. Ooh, tower shot to Kyle. That's kind of spooky, actually. Kyle has no flash. If Elk wants to go for something, that'd have been the time to do it. Ooh, but Hope hits the level 2. Tarzan can maybe go for a flash. And he does. Gets the Q, and he will take that kill and use the W to get out. Neferi tower dies, everyone. Has a fizzy on. Also worth noting that Way didn't lose any of his camps for this. Some cheers from the crowd. How does BLG still have a gold lead? Well, I guess it's even now, but it's a good question, actually. Oh, teleport in. Shanks has flash, but is that going to be enough? Yeah, not sure about that one. Flashes in early. Tarzan's here. Has a grab field. Is it going to be enough? The auto attacks fly through. Not enough to get the kill. Tarzan's here, and as is Hope. And Kyle could go forwards for a root himself. And On has the bailout, but can't do enough. Gets the E onto across the team. Anyone's legend. Quicker on the response. And deadly. I wonder whether BLG calling 4 people over the dragon mean that they want to rush this and then get towards the grubs in time to contest them as well. Shanks spotted here. Takes off of this. You do not want to be here. I don't think this is great, folks. Where's the gravity field? Put it down at his feet. Has the Chaos Storm. He'll clear out the wave minimum. Kyle was here. Feigling. German name in the bottom left-hand corner. Teleport up towards it. Ezreal ult. Is that going to tag him as he comes out of it? No, not the right timing. Remember, Knight can... Well, Tarzan can reset the aggro. Sejuani, double passive. Gets the first one, uses his ult to tag it again, and that's 40% of your max HP just shredded off of you. I think Flandre is onto something here. I like this. If you see a blind pick tank, why not? Maybe not as good as into... Maybe not as good as it was into Gnar in the past. Ooh, the E misses from Shanks. He doesn't have his flash bits coming up in the next few seconds, and it's not going to be up in time. However, Tarzan will claim a kill anyway. Has it all, and Bin doesn't necessarily have the easiest way out of this anymore. Has the red buff, keeps it tacking down. Has the Conqueror as well. That is a lot of damage to him, and his W, well, I guess they'll still be on cooldown. The Q stacks up, burns the bleed, and applies it again. Tarzan, a canine, gains self-awareness, you know, it's a werewolf. Q misses from Kyle. Teleport in. Do they see this in the brush? Backing off. San comes in. Wave pushed in towards top side. So Flandre losing a little bit. Flandre goes in, and the ult misses. That's important. On, a lot of damage towards him. Remember, they have the cholesterol to keep him safe. Tarzan over the wall. Has a flank angle. You have the Ren, but the Ren doesn't work, and BLG lose the dragon. Bin's caught in the front line. Chaos Storm onto Wave. That definitely helps. No resets have come through just yet. And Tarzan gets the first kill. Way has to flash out, and BLG have flubbed their fight. Yes, the zombie does work, and in fact, it'll do so much work, it'll claim one back. But they lose the dragon even with the Ren stacked up. Tarzan, a crucial smite for his team. Matter for that. Tarzan going behind mid lane. Elk needs to really be on his toes here. Remember, no teleport from Knight to answer this play. We are fighting in a 4v4 in this side of the map, in mid. Hope actually does get a heal from Kyle there. Tower lives. Now, that actually is quite important. I thought it would just straight up die. Shanks pushing top side with the 6 grubs. Knight will trade on the bot side. Both mid laners getting good gold. Mid lane does fall. 2 for 1 turret trade. BLG behind the game. No rend on it this time. I guess you can't fail that, right? Level 11 Tarzan. Could go in for the flash and then E over. Chooses not to. Elk needs to be a little bit careful here. And there goes Tarzan, but he's blast coned into his team. Ultimate's out. Doesn't find the target he wants. Ezreal goes across the team. Not onto Elk, only onto On. The other side of the map, Bin will have Demolish with a lot of HP to try and take down the other side. Demolish, of course, makes you a split pushing threat. Flandre, full stack Rod of Ages is called out in chat. That's completely worth calling that out. Trading turret for turret. You know, I thought that the Sejuani... I'd call it an unforced one, but... Anyone's Legend go towards the Atacama. It's the Ruinous version, 7,000 HP. Way's not here. Can't smite if he's not in range. Flandre over the wall. That's a decent Renata ult. And they start to hit each other. That's a lot of work. Remember, they're all shredded. And there's a steal on the Atacama. Way makes up for the dragon earlier. And the flowers start to come through. Knight does his shield. Tarzan has to flash out. Sion has the zombie. But he doesn't have that much HP. No resets coming through. Lot of damage onto BLG through from Anyone's Legend. Bin has a shield, but I don't think it's enough. Flandre trying to get Knight, and he does get him. The spears are they enough? No. Way goes down, and Elk will with it. BLG get a steal, but they don't get the fight. Anyone's Legend outplay BLG for the nth time today. BLG sent packing. BLG can steal as many of those Atacans as they want, but they don't get themselves the flowers. They don't get themselves... Well, they don't have any grubs to buff up with it either. They failed the fight. There was no spectacular realm up to be brought in. The front line can't close down the targets, and anyone's very far behind. Very far behind. Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. It's a Cloud Rift, of course, not... Well, no, in this kind of game, Cloud Rift is very important if you're playing towards that kind of close-down teamfight. Bin has ult, and Shanks doesn't have flash. Misses the knock-up, though. Oh, and he's going to get grab fielded. Oh, Bin, I think he's fucked the engage. And BLG do get the Karma, though. Kyle might have actually just made a bit of a worse mistake. Bin survives through the Chaos Storm. A lot of ages into Leandri's doing a lot of work for Shanks. He's going towards the Void Staff third. Ren's starting to get put onto the objective here. We're just wanting to get the Dragon and get out, potentially. Mikhail's used onto Bin. No Sejuani ult anymore, and they do get it this time. Realm Orb comes out. 5-man delivery back into their own jungle. BLG get the objective cleanly this time. Get out, and they have Soul Point. BLG thought they'd be able to play a lot better around their early lane advantages and the ability for Sion to start fights. Maybe Realm Orps as well. That hasn't been the case. Surprised that no creative... Well, there's no Realm Orp in for steal, I guess. What's the play? Bin. Ooh, sees everyone in the pit. Stacking this up. Teleport coming in from the Sejuani. Sion can ult up, and he's trying to delay the rest of the team. The grab field is fantastic, though. Knight gets cleansed away from. Gets the speed out of the pit. We are flipping this with a Ren smite for the Baron. Does it come through? It does, but Viego falls. They get the resets coming in for Tarzan, and I think BLG have traded their life for a Baron. Tarzan hops onto the targets he needs to, and 4 evaporates. BLG misplay around the objectives. Elk gets poked out before the Dragon, and he can't fight. BLG, desperate, probably dead in the water. 6 scrubs allowing him to push in towards the Nexus will probably just end this game. Bin does have a Baron buff, but I don't think that's enough. I think Anyone's Legend have put BLG into that lose-lose scenario and will fell one of our titans here in the LPL. Grab field comes through. They just need to ignore the Sion. He can't clear the wave. The Baron buff is not enough, and BLG will fall to Anyone's Legend in our Ascend group. The Pandas take the victory.